Good afternoon and welcome back to the Top 5 Spot. Tom McKeown, www.yourtruechange.com. Be sure to sign up for my free social media entrepreneurship course right on my page. Fast 5 Steps from nothing to business, where I show you exactly what are the 5 critical things you need to basically go from having absolutely zilch business experience to being able to run a six-figure a social media-based business from home or from anywhere. It's not easy, but it is very simple, and I tell you exactly what those 5 things are. So make sure you go to www.yourtruechange.com to sign up for that. Today we're going to be focusing here on Lessons of a Lifetime, which of course is a audiobook that was done by both Darren Hardy and Jim Rohn. And of course, this covers basically the lessons of a lifetime that were learned by Jim Rohn as presented by Darren Hardy. Of course, many of you know Jim Rohn is probably the most influential, maybe not the most, maybe top 5, top 3 possibly, most influential personal development and business success motivators of the 20th century. He passed away a couple years back, and his lessons are there to be lived down in history. But here are the top 5 things that I learned from this audiobook, and I take these principles to go forward into my business on an almost daily basis. Number 1 is the compound effect. Now it's interesting because, ironically enough, this is actually the title of a book that Darren Hardy, who's presenting this interview with Jim Rohn, wrote about 3 years ago. But basically what it is if you save up your money over time in any type of financial instrument, whether it be a high rate CD or a T-bills, bonds, or whatever, with time you're going to be earning interests. If you earn compound interests, that means that not only are you earning straight interests, right, you're also earning interest upon interest. And then with years and with time, you're getting interest upon interest upon interest. So you can't just look at, say, for example, if you have 4% interest, you're not just getting, $4 back on a $100 investment. You're getting $4 every time that interest compounds, whether it's going to be every month, every 6 months, several times a year, whatever. Okay, what Jim Rohn basically says to go along with Darren Hardy is that everything we do in life basically works the exact same way. So everything that you do as far as building on a skill, learning to master your craft, and everything that you do, you're gaining back in knowledge, in experience, and skill, and the benefits of what you're working on compound interest. So if you're looking to learn how to climb trees, you're not just getting better every day by a certain percentage. You're getting better X% more each day based on the compound effect. So you're getting much better as time goes along, and as you keep going and going and going, it builds and it builds and it builds with time. Number 2, Jim Rohn has the 70, 10, 10, and 10 rule. And I like this rule a lot because it goes to show, how so many times in our society we ask, okay, how much money should we be saving? How much should we be investing, etc. He makes it very, 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 very simple. You should never spend more than 70 cents on the dollar of what you earn. So 70% of what you earn, you could spend up to that. 10% you want to put toward active capital, so toward investing, and toward, okay, so whether that's your 401k, whether that's, your personal stock portfolio, bonds, real estate, whatever, a business. 10% you want to put in like a rainy day fund to not be touched, and 10% you want to give toward charity. Darren Hardy goes over a story where he had a personal assistant that followed this rule. She went from making $35,000 a year to having over a $1 million in asset value after she started to follow this within 5 to 10 years. Because with the compound effect and with saving and with active capital, she made a couple of good investments. And that 10% that went to active capital into some smart investments, that previously was going to buying stuff at the mall and having extra things done to her hair, she replaced her priorities, and next thing you know, she's a millionaire. Number 3, you get paid your perceived values in the marketplace. This is really important. So often we hear, why do all these bankers who don't, add any value, do anything, get paid millions of dollars? Why does, Derek Jeter get paid $20 million a year when he's not even that good? Why does X, Y, and Z? The reality is you get paid your perceived values in the marketplace. You don't get paid based on your title. You don't get paid based on your education. You don't get paid based on people's perception of you, right? Which is the main reason why you can have hairdressers making $2 million a year and you can have bankers making $40,000 a year, right? The reason why is that there are so many things out there that people perceive to be very profitable, but the reality is that only the top people in those professions, those very crowded professions, really make that much money, and then in many professions that are not as profitable, or what people perceive to be because they're not sexy, there are many rock stars that are very good entrepreneurs, that are good business owners, who happen to own businesses, being a hairdresser, mowing lawns, selling medical pumps, cleaning up blood at accident sites. Okay, so it's all about the value that you put to the marketplace, not based on common perception. Number four, how do you make the big money? What is the number one thing that you could do to really, really make windfall profits? Okay, and I'm not talking about a certain type of stock or a certain type of ETF to invest in. Praise others. It's good to praise yourself. It's good to present yourself as very successful. But the reality is no one really cares beyond a limited extent as far as getting an impression of you. Where you're going to make money from people is when you praise them for who they are, for what they've done. You make them feel good about themselves. The more you praise people, the better you build your network, the more deep you build your network, and that's when other opportunities, business opportunities, investment opportunities, and other opportunities for you to make money come on your lap. Because with time, people are going to want to stay in touch with, and they're going to want to call, and they're going to want to go out and reach out to people who they think highly of, and they think highly mostly of the people that praise them. And number five, what is the number one most critical skill in being successful, more above anything? And that's discipline. It's great to have dreams. It's great to have, a vision board. It's great to have goals. It's great to be able to, live the high life for a certain period of time. But if you can't put in the habits and you can't put in the consistency on a daily or a frequent basis, then it all means nothing. And that's those are the five things that I learned from Darren Hardy and Jim Rohn's Lessons of a Lifetime. It's a great audiobook. I suggest that you listen to it for your own training purposes. Tom McKeown at www.yourtruechange.com. Don't forget to check out my new course on the page, free to you, free video series, 5 things you need to know, fast 5 steps, rather to go from nothing to part-time business. Thank you.